amazing group of young people sitting next to me. And then tomorrow morning, we have the promotion, and that will bring together the whole community, including all of our students in grades 1st through 7th, plus, of course, the 8th graders. And that's an opportunity to really celebrate as a community the promotion of this amazing group of students. So tonight is a really special event. I think it's something that's pretty unique to Hillbrook, and at the heart of it is it's really about relationships, and it's about the relationships that happen between our extraordinary teachers and these dynamic young people. So without any further ado, we are going to get started. And whoever our first speaker is, come on up.
Yeah. And you guys can stand up when we call on you. Yahya is a singularly driven and passionate young man. My first introduction to Yahya was as a flag football player. I have never met someone so determined to be good at pulling flags. Yahya attacked the opponent's flags like they were made of pure gold. Little did I know that Yahya's tenacity went far beyond the football field. Well, there's a lot else I could talk about with regards to Yahya. I want to spend the rest of my time speaking about Yahya's SIL project this year because it truly exemplifies who he is as a person. Early on in the SIL process, Yahya struggled to figure out what to do. He knew he was passionate about a lot of issues, but he kept getting stuck by ideas that were either too big or too bland. Eventually, though, him and I spoke and found something that worked: Palestine. Yahya saw what was happening to fellow Muslims in Palestine, and it broke his heart. And while he couldn't find a way to get 3D printed prosthetics to kids who needed them, we did find something powerful Yahya could accomplish: education. Yahya set out to educate others on what was and is happening to the people of Palestine. That's the kind of person Yahya is. He cares deeply about other people and is determined to help them in whatever way he can. And Yahya, in honor of you tonight, I'll say it for everyone, speak some truth to power. The people of Palestine are experiencing genocide, so stay informed. And thank you, Yahya.
Charlotte. Charlotte's Hillbrook journey has come full circle. She first joined the community in kindergarten, spent several years away after first grade, and then returned this year for her final year at Hillbrook. Remarkably, it felt as though she'd never left. Charlotte stepped right back into the community with ease, reconnecting with old friends, and quickly becoming an important part of the class once again. Charlotte is incredibly talented in the performing arts. Whether through dance, singing, or acting, she brings confidence, creativity, and energy to every performance. This year, she even participated in a production in Austin, Texas, an exciting accomplishment that reflects both her dedication and talent. She's someone who is never afraid to step onto a stage, take creative risks, and fully commit to a performance. Beyond the stage, Charlotte is an avid reader and thoughtful student who loves engaging deeply with literature and ideas. For her social impact project, she explored the importance of inclusive literature and how stories can help counter stereotypes for girls. We're excited that Charlotte will continue her Hillbrook journey in upper school, where her creativity, insight, and confidence will no doubt continue to shine.
It's my great honor to recognize a truly well-rounded student, Reese Warner. Reese is a joyful learner driven by pure curiosity. In second grade, she built a wishing well system in the garden. And by third grade, her desk was a museum of found objects, including carefully collected spring tree fuzz. That same bravery showed up year after year in my Mandarin class. especially this year when she took a massive risk interviewing someone in China via Zoom, patiently transcribing every complex word. Beyond the classroom, Reese is a natural leader and a team player. She skilled and cooked fish for her classmates during her RBW trip in Ecuador, navigating challenges with grace and a great sense of humor. As a fifth-generation Japanese American, Reese also brings a strong sense of identity to our community. She is deeply involved in the AAPI affinity group, where she anchors our Lunar New Year celebrations and stays perfectly calm during chaotic cooking moments, whether making dumplings or halo. Driven to share this heritage, she even designed and taught a captivating 4-day history lesson on Japanese internment during World War II for a group of fifth graders as her SIL project. Finally, Reese shines on stage. She is a talented, incredible, gracious performer who completely wowed us during the middle school musical, capturing Ursula's dramatic presence perfectly in The Little Mermaid. Reese, your curiosity, leadership, and a marvelous spirit make our campus a better place. We are so proud of you, and we can't wait to watch you shine in high school. Congratulations. You want a pink one?
Rory. Rory is an intelligent, sensitive, passionate, and creative human who cares deeply about his friends, fairness, and personal integrity. This year, he took on a challenging high school math program, maintaining a difficult schedule and workload, and his teacher even described him as a human calculator. But Rory also shines in the humanities. In his essays, presentations, and especially in his creative writing, Rory used his voice this year to look beneath the surface of convenience and warn society against its reliance on technology, algorithmic thinking, corporate exploitation, and the trading of true freedom for manufactured comfort. In SIL, he applied his deep thinking, creativity, and a strong sense of empathy and social justice to create a prototype board game designed to educate people and to create empathy to better understand life for those that struggle below the poverty line. Because Rory is also a talented sailor, I'll end with a famous, if not cliche, quote that goes, "A ship in harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for." Rory, we are so excited to send you off into deeper waters so you can continue to share your gifts and talents in high school and beyond. Bon voyage.
Maddie Sieve. Maddie, over the past 10 years, you have been safely delivered to this magical place nearly 2,000 times. And I'm told that in your earliest days, you and your friends spent hours making mud pies and ice cream, cakes in the kinder kitchen. You had a tendency to use every single pot and pan that you declared essential. And your teachers discovered soon that cleanup was never your specialty. But apparently your mud pies did receive chef's kiss perfection. When you came over here to the third grade, Ms. Long said that you had fallen in love with reading and writing stories about horses, letting your imagination carry you anywhere and everywhere. And last week, when I connected with your third grade buddy, Vera, she said what she liked most about you as her buddy is that you listen to other people's ideas and you have some good ones of your own. Vera and Ada, her third grade pal, celebrated your kindness, your hair braiding skills, and the one I like the most, the way you handle yourself when things don't go your way. Miss Long and Miss Heather describe you as kind, resilient, and persistent. And those are qualities that are still defining you today. Because when you crossed the bridge to middle school, your curiosity and your compassion deepened as you asked and were asked the question, what matters to you? And what are you willing to do about it? You were inspired by Malala's story, a young girl who had a different experience on her way to school. You learned and researched about the girls in Afghanistan who were being denied education beyond 6th grade and are being forced to attend school underground in secret. You impressed all of us when you decided, without any hesitation, that you were going to find a way to raise awareness and support for those girls in Afghanistan. You connected with Margila and Risha, the nonprofit that she founded, and you did just that, organizing an event that inspired our community. Maddie, as you begin your next chapter, I wish for you to increase that amount of courage that you have to ask the difficult questions, to build on that confidence that you established to get up in front of others, and to continue to seek more adventures and opportunities that give you the opportunity to lead with empathy. The world needs exactly the kind of person that you are becoming, and I congratulate you, Maddie. We cannot wait to see where your big open heart takes you next. So here is a book for you, my dear. And here. There we go. Mhm.
Ella Turanian. There's a phrase that comes to mind that perfectly sums up Ella. Ella cares, and she cares very deeply about others. I've had the privilege of knowing middle school Ella, though her Hillbrook legacy spans an incredible 9 years. In kindergarten, she made aloe vera potions and objects for fairies in the garden. In 1st grade, she demonstrated sublimation of dry ice as Scientist of the Week, maybe explaining her current love of Nito. Even then, Ella was firmly in her power, and as she grew, so did her quick wit and deep heart. Ella's teachers are caught off guard daily by her hilarious, spontaneous remarks that make us laugh out loud, hopefully not as we're sipping our tea. Speaking of tea, Ella prides herself on knowing all the tea, a most valuable asset in middle school. Ella balances that razor-sharp wit with a deeply realistic mind. When imagining her dream horse life, complete with a beautiful stable and massive fields, she made sure her wish included all the bills totally paid for. And above all, Ella is a force for good. During our Maui RBW trip, when a peer conflict arose, she came and got me for help. Harmony and her community matter greatly to her. As Ella's SIL mentor this year, I witnessed her project be the ultimate display of Be Your Best. When a knee injury sidelined her, Ella did not retreat. She created Play with Purpose, an Instagram account helping student athletes navigate the mental health challenges of injury. She took big risks, interviewing peers and professionals so that others wouldn't feel alone. Ella, you are unstoppable, keenly insightful, and a true force for good. We cannot wait to see you soar at Hillbrook High.
Yes, Ella.
Mateo. When Mateo joined Hillbrook as an 8th grader, it felt like he had always been part of the community. From day one, he fit in so naturally with his confidence, kindness, and incredibly polite nature. If you know Mateo, you'll know he loves cars, keeps an eye on the stock market, and is full of college football stats. When it comes to assignments, he goes far beyond them, especially on the topics of politics, philosophy, and activism. He once admitted to staying up late thinking deeply about the world and his place in it, which honestly tells you a lot about who he is. One unforgettable moment this year came during our field trip to Esperanza Farms, when Mateo triumphantly pulled the biggest carrot out of the ground. He carried it around proudly for the rest of the trip, and somehow it perfectly captured his personality: curious, determined, and fully invested in whatever challenge is in front of him. And then there's the music. Mateo is an unbelievable blues guitarist who can seemingly play anything he puts his mind to. Watching him learn music is like watching someone speak a second language fluently. Miss Engineer is convinced we will be seeing Mateo at the Grammys in the future. With your talent, curiosity, and character, I truly believe you will achieve incredible things. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Mr. Luciano, please stand up. Luciano, today's finally here. This day you step into the next chapter of your young life. Luca, it has truly been such a joy to have you in my class this school year. I still remember when you first came to Hillbrook, quiet, shy, timid, and hoping to make it through school without drawing too much attention to yourself. But the beautiful thing about Hillbrook is that no one here goes unnoticed. On the very first day of school this year, you came up to me and told me how happy you were to have me as one of your teachers for the final year of your middle school. Watching you find your voice and push yourself even when things feel difficult has been an absolute privilege. I'm proud of the resilience and quiet strength you've shown along the way. What I will miss most are our conversations about movies, music, video games, and life. Those debates and small talks may have seemed ordinary, but they became some of the most meaningful parts of my day. Luca, thank you for letting me be part of your middle school journey. Watching you grow into the person you are becoming has been something special. I cannot wait to see all the amazing things ahead of you, because this is only the beginning. Congratulations, Luca. We are all so proud of you.
Ignacio, ¿dónde estás? Ignacio joined our middle school community this year as an 8th grader, but it feels as though he's been part of this fabric of this place for a lot longer. From the very beginning, Ignacio brought a thoughtful presence, intellectual curiosity, and a truly global perspective that has enriched our classrooms and community in meaningful ways. Having lived in Argentina and traveled extensively around the world, Ignacio carries with him a deep appreciation for culture, language, and human connection. His fluency in Spanish and ability to move seamlessly between different worlds is something that inspires both his peers and teachers alike. What stands out most about Ignacio is the combination of creativity and wisdom he brings to everything he does. Long before arriving at Hillbrook, Ignacio had already written multiple novels during elementary school. An accomplishment that speaks not only to his imagination, but also to his discipline, persistence, and love of storytelling. Whether through writing, conversation, or class discussions, he consistently challenges those around him to think more deeply and more broadly about the world. Ignacio, we are incredibly grateful you found your way to Hillbrook this year, And we're even more excited that your journey here will continue in the upper school. We cannot wait to see the impact you will continue to make throughout all areas of Hillbrook.
Sebastian. Sebastian has always seemed most at home when he's near the water, under the stars, or chasing the next adventure. Some students move through middle school like they're racing to reach a destination. Sebastian moves more like a sailor, adjusting to the wind, learning from rough waters, and occasionally tipping the boat a little before finding his balance again. And honestly, that's part of what makes Sebastian so easy to admire. He has made mistakes, learned lessons, regrouped, and kept going. His classmates appreciate him, not because he's perfect, but because he's funny, resilient, and always fully himself. One of Miss Jones' favorite memories of Sebastian was during the 5th grade field trip, when many students were busy talking or running around, but Sebastian was completely captivated by the night sky. He stood there with another student, looking upward, totally engrossed, completely at peace. It was one of those moments where you could see exactly who he was, thoughtful, grounded, and deeply connected to the natural world. This year, Sebastian also discovered something important about himself. He's an excellent writer. Once he began believing in himself and taking pride in his work, his creativity took off. Sebastian, sailing teaches you that you cannot control the wind, only how you adjust your sails. You've already shown that you can adapt, learn, recover, and keep moving forward with heart and humor. Your classmates care deeply about you, and we do too. Keep chasing big horizons, trusting yourself, and paddling back out. Congratulations.
Drake. Drake is quiet, thoughtful, remarkably clever, and remarkably observant. You might even say fox-like. His attention to detail and ability to see the big picture made him a natural choice to work behind the scenes as a musical stage manager this year. And in class, I always looked forward to assignments that allowed for creativity because I knew he would approach them from an unexpected angle. For a proportions project in 7th grade math, he produced, in camera, a photo of a miniaturized classmate standing next to a ruler at 2 inches tall, with the focus and depth of field artfully and precisely accounted for. He has a gift for finding beauty, complexity, and humor, and inviting others to see the world through a different lens. Perhaps that's why his SIL project felt so fitting. Curious about the creatures that share our campus, he set up cameras and waited. The results revealed deer, turkey, coyotes, and even a fox. With his propensity for quiet observation, he made visible an entire world that had been quietly existing alongside our own. Drake reminds us that there is always more to discover than first meets the eye. The most interesting stories are often found off the main trail, and the most meaningful insights come from taking the time to look closely. His kindness, creativity, and curiosity have enriched our community, and we cannot wait to see what he discovers and what he helps others discover in the years ahead.
Hi, I'll be presenting these words on behalf of Miss Engineer, who couldn't join us today. Talia. Talia, you are a unique, delightful, and gifted person. First and foremost, you are an artist. Artists rarely fit neatly into a box, and that is their gift. It is certainly yours. You possess an imagination that is unparalleled. You travel to other lands through the deeply thought-out anime characters you create. I think they feel so real because they carry pieces of you within them. Like you, they are complex, thoughtful, and finding their way through the world. I love getting stopped by you and being shown a new character, the latest development of an existing one. And when Talia says, hug, everyone knows to prepare for a bone-crushing hug. Whether through your artwork, your singing and rock band, or your friendships, you bring creativity, kindness, and authenticity to everything you do. When you connect with people, you do so deeply and sincerely. One thing I admire about you is that you genuinely struggle to understand why people would choose unkindness. That comes from the goodness at the center of who you are. Part of your signature presence is your painter's cap covered in pins that tell the story of the people, causes, and ideas you care about. As you move into the upper school, hold on to your imagination, your wit, your quick laugh, and your main character energy. The world is a better place because of the creativity, empathy, and joy you bring to it. Congratulations on your promotion, Talia. And these words are my own. Jackson. Jackson, one of the most special things about you is the way you bring people together. You understand that theater is not just about performing. It's about community, responsibility, and creating something meaningful with the people around you. This year, your performance as Sebastian in The Little Mermaid was outstanding. At the same time, you choreographed She's in Love, helped keep your castmates focused and accountable, and constantly looked for ways to make the entire production stronger. You lead not by demanding attention, but by caring deeply about the work and the people doing it beside you. That same spirit showed up in your SIL project this year when you organized a concert to benefit the Walt Newman Scholarship Fund for CMT Theater in San Jose. The event itself was impressive, but what mattered most was the purpose behind it, making theater more accessible to others. That says so much about who you are. Looking back, it feels fitting that the kid making mud concoctions in kindergarten, exploding Diet Coke fountains in first grade, building tunnels and self-turning cars in second grade, and obsessing over Sonic the Hedgehog, now Lightning McQueen, in third grade would grow into someone with such creativity, energy, and heart. Jackson, you're
Involving strategy and competition, he studies seriously, competes fiercely, and contributes meaningfully to his community. Everett, thank you for bringing your intelligence, competitiveness, humility, and perspective to Hillbrook. You've made this community stronger, richer, and far more interesting.
Blake. As a rising speech and debate star, Blake is known for his signature shirt with the quote, "That's debatable." And I'm here to respectfully counter that statement by sharing things that are simply not debatable. One certainty is that Blake is an exceptional mathematician who is primed for achieving his much-desired profession in the field of mathematics. It is also undeniable that he loves stretching himself intellectually. In his self-propelled car project, he was so committed to achieving his vision of his design that he spent many days after school working on it. A deadline extension of a week turned into 2 months because he genuinely loved the challenge of problem solving. His stage presence and theatrics are also definitely not debatable. Whether in flag skits, presentations, or promoting the faculty versus 8th grade volleyball game, Blake's exuberance and humor have left a lasting impression. In his theater debut in the upper school play Mean Girls, and I want to emphasize debut, his first performance, he took on 3 roles, and then he continued on to play King Triton in the middle school musical. So Blake, you have offered us indisputable evidence that we can be our best selves with the willingness to take risks and try new things while fully committing. This and your balance of intellect and playfulness are simply undebatable.
Tristan. If Hillbrook had an official hype man, it would no doubt be Tristan. Whether he's dancing during Where Oh Where is the Hillbrook Bear, emceeing minute-to-minute games at the walkathon, announcing coaching the faculty and student basketball game like it's the NBA Finals, or as another teacher noted, loudly complimenting Zoe's German skills in German during advisory, Tristan brings energy and joy wherever he goes. But underneath all that enthusiasm is something really thoughtful. Earlier this year, someone highly recommended that I read a speech Tristan gave to admitted families about returning to Hillbrook after attending other schools. After reading it, I was honestly kind of in awe. In the speech, Tristan described returning to Hillbrook this year and said it felt like coming home. I thought that was such a powerful way to describe a school community, and honestly, I think Tristan is part of the reason Hillbrook feels that way for other people too. He talks people up, he includes people, he celebrates people. In his speech, he also said Hillbrook is special because people help each other succeed. And I think Tristan models that every day through the way he treats others. His positivity is genuine and people feel it. Tristan, thank you for bringing energy, kindness, and encouragement into every room you walk into. You've helped make this community feel more welcoming, more joyful, and more connected. We are so proud of you.
Zion. I first got to know Zion on a Reach Beyond trip to Alabama, where he stood out because of his thoughtful questions and genuine curiosity about the civil rights movement and the injustices of that era. Even then, it was clear that Zion cares deeply about understanding the world and the people around him. And though Zion only joined Hillbrook last year, he's already made a lasting impact on our community. That same passion is reflected in Zion's social impact project, where he's creating a mural timeline celebrating important African American achievements and leaders throughout history. Through this project, Zion hopes to inspire others to continue building a more equal and just society. Another of Zion's greatest strengths is his ability to connect with others. He's a confident and sincere presenter who makes every audience feel included. At the January exhibition, he enthusiastically shared his projects with everyone, from teachers and parents to kindergarten students. Outside of the classroom, Zion can almost always be found playing volleyball. His joy for the game is obvious to anyone watching, although opponents quickly learn that behind the smile is a very powerful spike. Zion's curiosity, kindness, and energy will continue to make an impact as he moves on to Hillbrook Upper School next year.
Sean. At the beginning of 5th grade, my first year at Hillbrook, Sean's name came with a warning. Be careful. There are twins in that group who occasionally switch places. You can tell them apart by their shoes, but they'll switch those too, especially on April Fool's Day. They did not disappoint. However, Sean and I have a secret code, so I'm going to ask him a question. Sean, I'm going to ask you to identify this bird, please. Okay. It is Sean. Okay. Sean is truly a unique individual. I've had the absolute pleasure of being his advisor, teacher, and traveling companion. If you were to distill him down to his core, the two most prevalent qualities you'll find are delight and wonder. Sean lives in a constant state of joy when discovering the natural world. It's a science teacher's dream, but also a great challenge. How do you rise to a student who essentially says, I love everything, so teach me everything? He is also one of the kindest human beings I've ever known, constantly checking in on his classmates and friends and teachers' feelings. When a friend asked him to play Anne of Cleves in an impromptu musical in my classroom, Sean stepped up to be the absolute best fourth wife of King Henry he could be. The non-human creatures of Hillbrook benefit from his kindness too. From building a bug playground in 2nd grade, to gently housing a small skink in 6th, to giving animals a voice in his 8th grade SIL project, Sean has always cared for his smaller friends. Hillbrook will feel a lot emptier without him, especially my classroom. But every time I get a visit from a bird or other creature, I'll think of Sean, knowing he's out there somewhere, making the world a much better place.
Thank you.
This one for you. Thank you.
All right, I'm up again. Okay. Reese, Bill. When Reese joined our school in 3rd grade, it didn't take long for everyone to notice two things about her: her kindness and her love for animals. She could always be counted on to share stories about the many cats, dogs, and other animals her family was fostering. It was clear even then that Reese has a huge heart and cares deeply for others, whether they have 2 legs or 4. Over the years, Reese has continued to impress those around her with her dedication, character, and work ethic. One area where this especially shines is volleyball. Reese is a phenomenal athlete who trains tirelessly both in and outside of school. Her perseverance and determination are evident every time she steps onto the court. For her social impact project, Reese explored sustainable athletics and ways to reduce single-use plastics in youth sports. Reese also helped create one of our advisory's funniest moments when she, Annabelle, Ella, and Charlotte used AI to come up with hilarious fictional stories about classmates. Do you remember that? Okay. Soon, everyone in advisory wanted their own story told as well. Reese has grown into an outstanding young person, and we are all excited to see where her talents, compassion, and determination take her next.
Savannah. Described by teachers as the quintessential Hillbrook student, Savannah has exemplified each of the core values during her incredible journey from JK to now. In 7th grade, Savannah described herself through her key values, love and joy, on her personal coat of arms. Savannah spreads joy daily, delighting audiences with her performances and presentations, style and substance dancing in unison. I enjoyed the unique honor of being her SIL mentor, brainstorming and marveling at her self-reflection and her deep desire to help peers live with more joy and to be their best. Her SIL quote says it all. I'm giving students a chance to express their emotions in a way that helps them feel comfortable and a way that makes them happy. I wish I'd been here to meet Lower School Savannah, who crawled under the table in JK to get some Savannah time and loved pink, sparkles, and unicorns for free dress. In 3rd grade, she demonstrated brave leadership, starting the Captains of the Creek Club. While twirling into the classroom was her grand entrance in 3rd grade, Savannah can still be caught dancing in an advisory or during a lunch club. She brightens every room with her kindness, joyful spirit, and wise perspective. She even has some hidden talents you might not know. Vocabulary.com school-wide leader in 7th grade, as well as talented vocalist and backseat DJ during our RBW Maui trip. I'm so grateful to have known Savannah during her middle school years and can't wait to see what's in store for her. Savannah, keep spreading joy and love wherever you go. The world certainly needs you.
Jay. This year, Jay has been celebrated by his teachers for his creativity, natural curiosity, and positive impact on his learning community. He's known by his peers as a kind and grounding presence, and by his opponents on the soccer field as an unstoppable powerhouse. In leatherworking and for his SIL project, he applied his eye for design to create sustainable tote bags and wallets, launching his own brand and successfully selling many products. Jay also applies this attention to detail, commitment to excellence, and tenacity in his academic work as well. But Jay is also an intrinsic learner who follows his own passion. This year, he started studying philosophy and Stoicism, and particularly the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and Meditations, all on his own, asking big questions about life most of us never get to until later on. Jay's passion and maturity also shines under pressure, like when his science mousetrap car faced repeated failures and he stepped into a leadership role despite his partner's absence, demonstrating focus and patience. Whether he's leading a project, consistently contributing to deepen classroom discussions, or stepping up to help a classmate in a simple and quiet way. Jay is someone that people can depend upon, and I know I've depended upon you, Jay, many times this year. We've been lucky at Hillbrook to be a part of your journey, and we can't wait to see the incredible things you'll accomplish next. Thank you, Jay.
Hannah. Hannah Wyman does not take no for an answer. Hannah has always wanted to know why, how things work, and how they can be better. Once Hannah cares about something, there is absolutely no stopping her. Her love of animals showed up early. In 3rd grade, Hannah became completely obsessed with the Encyclopedia of the Dog, carefully marking her favorite breeds with pink Post-it notes. By 4th grade, she had written such a convincing, persuasive essay about why her classroom needed a class pet that Mrs. Mayberry somehow ended up adopting a gecko named Godzilla, whom Hannah proudly adored. Her determination goes far beyond animals. In her 6th grade project, Hannah described her competitiveness level as willing to break my arm to win a game. And honestly, I believed her every time she served during the student-faculty volleyball game. What has been most meaningful to watch is Hannah finding her voice and backing it up with action. For her SIL project, Hannah wanted to bring adoptable puppies to visit the 1st graders. And even after the pressure was off, she still made it happen. The project brightened everyone's day and reflected Hannah's ability to make the world around her more joyful and tailor-made. She also somehow won over my timid little dog, Seven, with patience, persistence, and the occasional burrito, becoming one of her favorite people and giving me an opportunity to get to know her as well. That same warmth has made Hannah an incredible friend to her lower school buddies. Hannah, keep asking questions and let that curiosity lead you to exactly where you're meant to go. Congratulations.
Emma. Emma has been part of this community since 6th grade, and during this time has truly embodied our core values. Her kindness towards others, her curiosity and creativity, her willingness to take risks, both artistically and personally, and the efforts she puts into always being her best self. She is genuinely one of the funniest people to talk to, and never fails to make myself and others in the advisory smile. One moment that perfectly captures Emma's personality was watching her and Ida confidently teaching Coach Mars a TikTok dance. It was impossible not to smile watching the two of them fully commit while Coach Mars tried to keep up. Emma is also incredibly creative. She has a deep love of music and excitedly talks about concerts she has been to or artists she loves. That creativity shows up in her artwork too. Emma is a fantastic artist who is never afraid to take risks, try something new, and put in the hard work to improve. What stands out the most, though, is her compassion. Emma's SIL project, supporting people experiencing homelessness with their animals, showed real empathy and care for others. The genuine connections she made during this process were truly inspiring. Emma, your humor, talent, and heart have made this community better, and I can't wait to see what more is to come as you head off to the high school. Congratulations.
Ida. This year in visual art, Ida became known for her incredible attention to detail and the care she brings to everything she makes. Sometimes I'd look over at Ida and I'd say, "What's happening in your head right now?" Because with Ida, there's always something happening beneath the surface. I wish I could have known little Ida at Hillbrook because the stories from her younger years feel so connected to the person she is today. In JK, during a Three Little Pigs engineering challenge, she carefully explored materials before building a structure out of plant sticks. In first grade, as Scientist of the Week, she demonstrated water moving through flowers using green and blue food coloring. Despite being a multinational roller derby champion, Ida carries herself with remarkable humility and a quiet confidence. Ida, I hope you continue making things, observing the world so carefully, and translating your unique perspective into beautiful creations as you move on to high school. Congratulations.
Avery. Avery Fox. Avery Fox is a quiet young man, but don't let that fool you. He is an immensely kind human being with surprising depth. Avery was a bit of a mystery to me for a while. He was a nice kid, a good student, and a lightning-fast player on the football field. But then Avery was put into my advisory, and as the year went on, I got to know him better and better, and this is what I found. A young person whose quiet demeanor hides an incredible depth of character. When we returned from RBW and spring break this year, we spent some time in our advisory discussing our experiences, and Avery truly blew me away with his thoughtful reflections on his trip to Louisiana. The way that he eloquently described visiting communities that were so very much removed from his own experience was moving. He talked so well about his journey that he made me wish that I had joined him in Louisiana. Throughout this school year, I keep getting to see glimpses of who Avery Fox really is, and it is truly spectacular. He is so thoughtful, so perceptive, and has admirable integrity. So thank you, Avery, for giving me the opportunity to get to know you.
Who is next? Mr. Jack McGurk. I first met you at Hillbrook as a fourth grader. It has truly been a pleasure watching you grow into the outstanding young man you are today. From the very beginning, your relentless drive to be the best stood out. Whether it was sports, fitness challenges, class activities, or academics, you never backed down from competition and always gave your full effort. You made every class more exciting because everyone wanted to know one thing: who's going to beat Jack today? And on the rare occasion someone did, you always came back even more determined. That resilience, the hunger, and that competitive spirit are qualities anyone can admire. On the court, you played fearlessly and led by example. Once the whistle blew, your opponents quickly realized the kind of athlete they were facing. But what truly sets you apart, Jack, goes beyond athletics. As a student representative and campus leader, you showed creativity, maturity, and character in everything you did. Jack, your work ethic and willingness to challenge yourself will take you far. As you begin your high school, I wish you continued success and happiness. Never lose that fire that makes you who you are. Congratulations.
Gabriel. When I think of Gabriel, I think of someone who cares deeply about people, and someone who knows how to turn ideas into action. One of my favorite memories working with Gabriel this year was planning the lemonade stand. And when I say the lemonade stand, it was like selling lemonade to the entire campus for the purpose of raising money for a nonprofit that he chose, So Most Mayfair. What impressed me most was how far in advance Gabriel started thinking about everything. While most middle schoolers wait until the last minute and need reminders every step of the way, Gabriel already had a plan. He collected lemons from our community. He rallied his sister to help squeeze lemons at home. He calculated exactly how much sugar and lemon juice we would need to the ounce. He also recruited Blake and Tristan to make 300 Rice Krispie treats and organized an entire student team to run the whole event. He didn't want to just raise money, he wanted to make a difference. And then there's Gabriel's unique philosophical observations. I remember, I think maybe this was 2 years ago, or last year, in student council, we were brainstorming ways to increase school spirit. And he confidently told me, people need to rally together against something. And I was like, oh, okay. That's what brings communities together. We need like a rival school or something. At first glance, his comments concerned me until I realized his idea of a common enemy was injustice. That's Gabriel, a deep thinker, a thoughtful leader, and someone who genuinely wants to understand how people and communities work.
Annabelle. Annabelle has been a part of the Hillbrook community since JK. And over the years, she has brought energy, creativity, and fun to every class she's been a part of. She has a natural ability to bring people together and make everyday moments more memorable. One of Annabelle's many talents is dance. She's an accomplished hip-hop dancer who recently earned a medal at a dance competition, an impressive achievement that reflects her hard work and confidence as a performer. Her friends Ella, Reese, and Charlotte have also enjoyed many informal advisory performances as Annabelle happily shared the latest dance moves she had learned. Annabelle is also someone who loves creating and sharing ideas with others. Along with Reese and Ella, she co-founded the newsletter Happy Times. And for her social impact project, she's working on making the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals more visible on campus. Whether through dance, creativity, travel, or simply making the people around her smile, Annabelle has brought warmth, energy, and joy to the Hillbrook community. We are lucky that she will continue bringing that same spirit to Hillbrook Upper School next year.
Zoe. Zoe is an enthusiastic and incredibly self-motivated learner. She pursues opportunities not because she has to, but because she is genuinely curious, eager to contribute, and excited to grow. In science class, if ever there is a moment when the discussion falls to silence, she throws an eager hand in the air with a smile as she leads with confidence to help move the learning forward for the whole group. Zoe's leadership extends beyond the classroom. As a Stuco commissioner and co-president of the Hillbrook Ambassadors Club, she has led by example through kindness, responsibility, and responsiveness. Whether speaking at flag, admission events, planning a dance, or helping new JK and kindergarten students feel welcomed through the superhero activity, Zoe consistently steps forward with enthusiasm, creativity, and heart. So it's fitting that she took center stage as Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Ariel's famous dream is to be part of that world. And Zoe embodies that spirit by saying a big yes to being an active participant in every facet of the world around her, while also helping to shape it. Zoe, may you continue to be true to yourself, jumping into new experiences and courageously embracing the challenges that may come with them.
Mika. Mika Goldstone embodies the word paradox. On the one hand, she is one of the kindest, most helpful students you could ever hope to meet. On the other, she is a star hockey player who is not afraid to put someone into the boards for her team. She might even enjoy that part of the game, I think. Due to her busy hockey schedule, Mika misses more class time than many other students. However, Mika also calmly keeps up with any missed work with her peaceful, confident demeanor. You see, Mika has learned a valuable life skill that many of us adults still struggle with: balance. For Mika, none of what I said above is paradoxical. She treats others with love and kindness because that's who she is. But when she puts the pads on, she'll put you on the ice because that's hockey. Mika might temporarily fall behind in a class, but her quiet confidence in her own capability allows her freedom from the stress that would plague most others. Mika is an extraordinary young person who excels at whatever she puts her mind to. I count myself lucky to have known her these past 4 years, and I can't wait to see her help the U.S. win gold someday.
it is my absolute privilege to recognize the students who embodies the heart and spirit of our community, Ruby Reed. As a Hillbrook lifer, Ruby has grown up on this campus, setting a beautiful example of kindness and leadership. She wears many hats: a fierce soccer player, a track athlete, a black belt in Taekwondo, and an exceptional student. Ruby is intellectually curious, deeply responsible, and incredibly proactive. Her marvelous time management and ability to stay 3 steps ahead guarantee she will thrive in any high school. Ruby's leadership shines across our campus. As a student ambassador, she welcomes shadow students with a warm smile. Through Stuco and Flag, she has organized major school-wide events, from dances to food drives. Her incredible attention to detail dates back to the 3rd grade, when she wrote an entire book on how to tie-dye shirts. More recently, she used that exact thoroughness to help her team design the unbeatable Nick Wilde, and just won the championship. Ruby also is deeply committed to community service. For her SIL project, she took her family's lifelong passion for combating food insecurity and turned it into a collective action. Instead of just volunteering herself, she organized groups of Hillbrook students to join her at Second Harvest. Ruby truly understands the power of bringing people together to make a real difference. Ruby, your reliability, initiative, and deep empathy make you a standout leader. Thank you for inspiring us all. Congratulations.
Xander Beck. During his time at Hillbrook, Xander has taken his learning into his own hands from an early age, showing growth as a student, leader, artist, and deep thinker. He has developed an ability to contribute academically, but also to captivate an audience, both with complex analysis and insight, and a colorful and passionate imagination. At the January exhibition, he confidently played guitar and sang, memorizing and performing 2 songs for the school benefit. When asked how he prepared and performed so successfully, he casually remarked, "Doesn't everybody just know how to do that?" But don't let him fool you. Xander puts in the work. Behind the scenes, he has an incredible work ethic. He's reliable, dependable, and has high expectations for himself. He's also matured over the last few years by developing self-awareness as a learner and practicing patience with his process. All this creativity, confidence, and execution came together for his SIL project this year, where he channeled his passion for sustainability into a campus-wide survey to reduce Hillbrook's transportation footprint and combat carbon emissions. But when Xander's not saving the world, he can be found simply helping his peers prepare for a test, offering a sympathetic ear, and doing small acts of kindness for his community every day. Xander, please take your next steps with confidence and know how much the world needs your integrity, compassion, tenacity, and expansive vision for the future. Thank you.
Max. Max is the kind of student whose presence immediately changes the energy of a room. He's joyful, charismatic, and someone who naturally brings people together. From the moment he arrived at Hillbrook, Max has carried himself with a rare mix of confidence, warmth, and authenticity, readily greeting everyone with his bright smile. Max's uplifting presence was reflected in his daily ritual with Jay this year. Whichever one arrived at class first each morning
would sprint toward the other for a huge embrace. It was funny, heartfelt. Should we see it? Funny, heartfelt, and completely Max, full of joy and warmth. That same energy carries over into whatever Max is doing, whether he's setting a soulful tone for a Stuco meeting, dancing on stage at Flag, serving as the MC of the SIL Summit, driving to the hoop and dishing to a friend. Max elevates the experience. He makes it more collaborative and fun for everyone. Max's impact extends far beyond the classroom. His SIL project, hosting a no poverty rally in San Jose City Hall, and his willingness to speak honestly and courageously about equity and belonging, exemplify his extraordinary compassion, conviction, and maturity. Max consistently uses his voice to create meaningful change in the Hillbrook community and beyond. Simply put, Max makes people feel hopeful. He's a dynamic leader and a true change maker who has made Hillbrook better in countless ways. Thank you, Max. Congratulations.
Caitlin. Caitlin became known this year as someone who leads through her actions, whether volunteering to help organize the art room or anticipating what others might need before they ask. She carries herself with a deep sense of care and consideration. Although only part of Caitlin's Hillbrook journey was shared through visual art class this year, it was easy to see how dedicated and hardworking she is. Caitlin is an incredibly talented dancer, and that same resilience showed up in the art room as well. Reflections from other teachers painted a clear picture of Caitlin as a baker, storyteller, loyal friend, and steady leader. Her SIL project centered around baking and helping others experience the joy of it perfectly reflects the generosity and thoughtfulness she brings to people around her. Caitlin, your kindness, quiet leadership, and dedication leave a lasting impression on everyone fortunate enough to know you. Your caring spirit and willingness to support people will continue to take you far. And there's no doubt that your many talents will continue to grow in high school. Congratulations.
Sean. I've always thought that one of Ishan's superpowers is that he can somehow be both calm and impossible to ignore at the same time. Even when he whispers, you can still hear him across the room. But what really stands out about Ishan is how calm and thoughtful he is. He has this ability to slow things down, explain things clearly, and make people feel like everything is under control. Honestly, I have a lot to learn from him. Whether he's leading a group or giving instructions, he speaks with intention and people listen. And this apparently has been very true for a very long time. I heard back in 3rd grade, Ishan wrote an informational book explaining how an iPad worked, which sounds simple now until you remember he was in 3rd grade. Somehow, he was actually able to explain the technology clearly. Since then, he's continued to impress people with how articulate and thoughtful he is. Whether it's through debate, in student council, or serving as yearbook editor, Ishan consistently brings intelligence, composure, and quiet confidence to everything he does. Ishan, thank you for being someone others can count on. Your calm leadership and thoughtful presence have made a real impact on this community. Congratulations.
Okay, I'm going to read on behalf of Miss Engineer, who's not able to be with us, for Hunter. So envision Miss Engineer here. Hunter, you are an observer. You are an observer first, a deep thinker who takes the time to really understand something and get it right. When you're interested in a subject and given the space to explore it, your creativity truly shines. I've especially enjoyed working with you in rock band during both 7th and 8th grade. You are a natural guitar player, and I hope you continue playing the instrument. Moving into your high school years, and as you navigate the world around you, having an instrument to play is a perfect outlet. You deeply connect when you work with teachers one-on-one. I'm so glad I had the time during our first class together to get to know you on that level. You are introspective, thoughtful, and intentional in the way you approach the world. As I read through anecdotes from your elementary teachers, I noticed a consistent theme: curiosity and exploration. From presenting a Cartesian diver as Scientist of the Week in 1st grade to designing a pulley messenger system for the garden today, you have always been driven by a genuine desire to understand how things work. One thing people notice right away about you is your smile. There it is. It's warm, it's genuine, and reflects the kindness and empathy that are such important parts of who you are. Hunter, I hope you continue asking questions, building things, making music, and following your curiosity wherever it leads. The world needs people who think deeply, create thoughtfully, and approach challenges with both creativity and care. You will bring all of those qualities to your next adventure, and I can't wait to see when your curiosity and thoughtful spirit take you next. Congratulations.
Hi, Abby. Abby's curiosity, creativity, and willingness to explore have been clear throughout her time at Hillbrook. Even in JK, she brought imagination to everything she did, whether creating songs, sharing her love of art, or proudly explaining the high-tech piggy trap system she engineered with traps all around it. Her creativity has always gone hand in hand with persistence and problem solving. Over the past 2 years in theater, I've seen you transform into someone who approaches challenges with confidence, communicates clearly, and understands that great work comes from caring not only about your own role, but about the entire community around you. Whether as the March Hare in Alice in Wonderland, or Chef Louise in The Little Mermaid, you have brought thoughtfulness, humor, and an incredible attention to detail to every room you enter. What stands out most is not just your talent, though you have plenty of it. It's your willingness to learn, to improve, and to quietly become someone others can depend on. You have grown into a leader. Looking back, it's easy to see the same creativity and curiosity that showed up in your writing, science experiments, and imaginative ideas. As you head to the upper school, I feel lucky knowing I'll continue to watch you grow, and I cannot wait to see what's next.
Wesley. Some of the people who leave the biggest mark on a community are not always the loudest, and Wes is one of those people. His kindness, steady presence, and quiet way of showing up for others has made a real difference to the people around him. From a young age, Wes became fascinated by animals and the natural world, and over the years, that interest grew into something much bigger. Teachers quickly learned that if snakes somehow appeared in an assignment, it was probably connected to Wes. Wes has always loved sharing his passion for nature with others, starting with his playground for chickens and bugs in 2nd grade. I'm still unsure how they go together. And leading up to his animal bingo website for his SIL project in 8th grade, with many others along the way. Alongside this, Wes is also a standout athlete, competing across many different sports, including cross country, volleyball, basketball, and track and field in 8th grade alone. Wes, I know you will walk into high school and make every community you join better. Your kindness, compassion, and the genuine care you show for people around you will take you far. Now, while Miss Benefield says she'll think of Sean every time she sees a bird, I think the rest of us, and in particular Miss Long, would prefer you to keep in touch with a quick email rather than sending the snakes to campus. Congratulations, Wesley.
It is a pleasure to speak about Ethan Jones today. When I think of Ethan, our core values of take a risk and be curious come to mind. In 6th grade math class, Ethan was a quiet and reserved student who was often hesitant to ask questions. Most days, you'd see him sporting his iconic orange Giants hat, a nod to his passion for baseball. However, seeing his growth since then has been nothing short of inspirational. A recent example of this growth, and a testament to his kind heart, happened at the walkathon. While volunteering at the photo booth, Ethan's public speaking skills took flight. He wasn't just standing there waiting for people to ask for a picture. He was engaging the entire community. I overheard him saying things like, "That's a great picture, and this will definitely make the yearbook." He even managed to convince camera-shy individuals to pose with the Hillbrook bear, leaving everyone with a smile. Ethan is also driven by an incredible sense of curiosity. Whether he's in the hub learning how to use a sewing machine or building a go-kart, he is always exploring how things work. Ethan, as you head to Hillbrook Upper School, this blend of hands-on curiosity and confidence will make you an invaluable leader. Your ability to make others feel seen and included is exactly what will help you thrive. Congratulations.
Xavier Ross. I have seen Xavier grow from a smart, physically gifted 5th grader into a, well, smart, physically gifted, soon-to-be 9th grader. When I first began coaching Xavier in 5th grade basketball, what jumped out at me was his intelligence. He was a physically gifted player, but it was the way that he analyzed each and every play. He could clearly see and understand everything that was going on around him. When Xavier got to my class in 7th grade, I was thrilled to discover this insightfulness extended far beyond a basketball court or a football field. In class discussions, Xavier was rarely the first to speak, but he was often the last because most students didn't want to have to follow his perceptive and brilliant observations. In 8th grade, when students were asked to confront and discuss difficult topics in American history, such as slavery and the treatment of indigenous Americans, Xavier never once shied away from offering unpopular or controversial opinions. In a perfect encapsulation of Xavier, he competed at long jump and shot put in track this year, 2 events he had literally never tried before until a week before the meet. Well, he promptly qualified for the county championship in shot put, and really just missed out on long jump by a technicality. At that county meet, Xavier and I found ourselves the last 2 representatives of Hillbrook for over an hour. And as Xavier and I spoke together, I was once again reminded that not only is Xavier an incredible athlete and student, but he's a genuinely lovely human being. This year, for the first time with my 8th graders, I revealed to them that I have autism. And after I revealed that to my class, Xavier came up to me after class and immediately, just with tears in his eyes, said, "Can I give you a hug? You're so special to all of us." And that's the kind of person Xavier Ross is. Thank you, Xavier.
Miss Ella Lewis. Ella is someone who brings talent, creativity, and personality into every space she's part of. On the volleyball court, she is absolutely phenomenal. The amount of time and effort she puts into training outside of school is incredibly impressive, and her determination to succeed is obvious the moment you watch her play. What makes Ella especially unique is that her passion for sports goes beyond being an athlete. Her SIL project focused on bridging the inequality gap in sports, and it left a real impact on our community. She combined her clear vision with her artistic talent by designing a powerful visual piece, leaving a lasting legacy displayed in our gym. Outside of all her accomplishments, Ella is also just a lot of fun to be around. During 7th grade, she and Reese regularly brought me some impressive snacks made at school with very little equipment, which quickly became one of my favorite traditions. And of course, I will definitely miss our full conversations carried out entirely in her impressive British accent. Ella, your drive, creativity, and confidence will lead you to amazing things in the world of sports and beyond. I know I'm not alone in saying that while we are celebrating this next chapter, I am so grateful this is truly not goodbye.
Audrey. From her earliest days at Hillbrook, Audrey has been an explorer. Like her peers in kindergarten, she could be found in the garden making mud pies and building fairy habitats. And by 1st grade, when she was named Scientist of the Week, she was already experimenting with sound pitches and wondering in her notebook if she would grow up to be a scientist. That early curiosity has blossomed into profound wonder. Whether exploring psychology or forensic science or dreaming of working at the FBI one day, Audrey never takes things at face value. She deeply questions human nature, how society works, and why people do the things they do. But Audrey is not only reflective and curious, she is also fierce. She showed resilience by navigating a serious volleyball injury with unwavering positivity. She delivered a powerful keynote SIL summit speech on justice system bias in partnership with Northern California Innocence Project, and gave a highly polished professional a PD speech to staff during one of our PD sessions. But something that will impress upon me for a long time to come is that Audrey also knows that to be a leader and to show up for your community also means showing up for yourself with authenticity and self-care. For all these reasons, Audrey, you are a leader, a powerhouse creative, and a dedicated change maker. In high school and beyond, we know you will continue to excel, challenge the status quo, and beautifully impact your community. Thank you, Audrey.
Who's left? Mitchell. Mitchell has been a beloved part of the Hillbrook community since JK, kind of a lifer. And it was clear from the beginning how special he was to those around him, especially his grandfather, who worked at the school. On Mitchell's first day of JK, his grandpa was so proud that he reportedly hid behind the bushes throughout the day just to check in on him. I don't know if he knew that. Even then, Mitchell could always be counted on for a cheerful good morning and the sight of him running down the hill to class with a big smile. He still does that to this day. Over the years, Mitchell has become known for his creativity, kindness, and unique spirit. In 3rd grade, he delighted classmates by making trinkets and mementos out of paper, wrappers, erasers, and anything else he could creatively transform. He also built elaborate paper houses so impressive that they had to be moved to a larger table so everyone could admire them. For his social impact project, Mitchell explored climate education and proactive community engagement by creating a stop-motion Lego movie. Fittingly,
his elaborate Lego setup has also managed to take up quite a bit of space in his house. Proof that Mitchell's creative projects have only grown over the years. As he begins his next chapter, we know Mitchell will continue to ask great questions, seek new experiences, and make every community he joins a little brighter.
Amazing kiddos we have at Hillbrook, yeah? One more round of applause for our 8th graders. So now's the time where we give out 2 awards. At Hillbrook, these are our culmination awards for our 8th grade. And I'm going to start off by talking about the Founders Award. This award recognizes a student whose goodwill, community-minded spirit, citizenship, and sense of humor enhance the life of this class and Hillbrook School. This year's winner, Annabelle Horton.
All right, the other award we have is the Hillbrook Award. And this is awarded to the student who best exemplifies our vision to inspire students to achieve their dreams and reach beyond themselves to make a difference in the world. This award is given to someone who has consistently pushed to reach their highest potential both inside and outside the classroom, and who also strives to uphold the school's core values. Be kind, be curious, take risks, and be your best. The winner of this award also gets the added honor of returning in 4 years to address the class of 2034, our current 4th graders, at their promotion. We are proud to announce this year's winner, Blake Wright.
Okay, we have nearly come to the end of our evening as we start thinking about promotion. But before we do, we have an awesome video. You guys remember the video from Friday? Do you want to watch it with your family, or do you want to stay back here? You want to watch it? Okay, great. Why don't you guys come down here to the front and sit in the front area? There we go. And we are going to enjoy the 8th grade video that was presented at Flag. And we will end, what's that? Oh, and a huge thank you to Sean Ryback for putting this together. And as the 8th graders get situated, just a couple quick reminders, because once we finish the video, we can go ahead and head out. But tomorrow morning, it's crucial that your kiddos get here on time. So by between 8 and 8:30 to be here over in the 3rd, 4th playground area. And by 8:45, we'll be lining up and ready to process in for promotion. All right, with that, enjoy the video and then have a great evening.